One moment your cat is on the other side of the room. The next moment they are climbing onto you, your lap, your chest, your arm, sometimes your face, with a deliberate, unhurried certainty that suggests this was never random. Most owners reach down and give an absent-minded stroke and think nothing more of it. But that climbing, that specific, chosen, completely voluntary decision to put their body on yours is one of the most loaded communications your cat is capable of making. And almost nobody knows what it actually means. There is a moment every cat owner knows. You are sitting down reading, watching something, working, doing absolutely nothing in particular, and your tuxedo cat appears. They assess the situation with those extraordinary green eyes. They circle once, perhaps twice, and then they climb onto you with that particular, deliberate, completely unbothered certainty of an animal that has decided this is exactly where they are supposed to be. Most owners receive this with uncomplicated warmth. It is sweet. It is comfortable. It is one of the most recognizable images in the entire domestic cat experience. And most owners never look past the surface of it to understand what is actually being communicated. Because that climbing is not casual. It is not random. It is not simply your cat seeking the warmest available surface in a home full of warm available surfaces. Every element of it, the timing, the specific location on your body they choose, the way they settle once they arrive, the sounds they make when they are there, is a deliberate, biologically precise communication that your cat has been making since the very beginning of your shared life. This video is going to give you that communication in full. What it means when your cat suddenly climbs on you. Why they do it in the specific moments they do. What their body is telling yours when they settle and purr. And what you should understand about your relationship from the simple, daily, completely sincere fact that your cat keeps choosing to put their weight on you. Pay attention. Because your cat has been trying to tell you something every single time those 4 paws have landed on your body. And it is considerably more meaningful than comfortable warmth. The climbing is a trust declaration, not a comfort seeking. The first and most important thing to understand about your cat climbing on you is what it is not. It is not primarily about warmth. It is not primarily about the softness of your body. It is not about the simple availability of a convenient elevated surface. This is easy to assume. Cats love warmth. Cats love comfortable surfaces. You are both warm and comfortable, and the assumption is understandable. But it fails to explain why your tuxedo cat with those bright green eyes walks past the warm blanket on the sofa, past the sunny patch on the carpet, past every objectively warmer and softer alternative in the room, and places themselves specifically on you. The warmth explanation cannot account for the specificity of the choice. And specificity is everything here. Feline behavioral researchers studying domestic cat proximity behavior have found consistently that cats who climb onto their owners as opposed to simply resting near them demonstrate significantly higher affiliative bonding scores on every measured attachment scale. The act of climbing requires approach, assessment, and physical commitment. It is not passive proximity. It is active, chosen, physically invested closeness. And cats reserve it almost exclusively for individuals they have classified as their primary attachment figure. When your cat climbs onto you, they are making a declaration. Not in words, they have no words, but in the biological language of physical placement. They are saying, I have assessed this situation. I have evaluated the available options. And I have decided that your body is where I want to be. Not near you. On you. That distinction in the emotional vocabulary of a cat who retains the neurological architecture of a solitary hunter and has no evolutionary imperative to be close to anyone is one of the most significant statements they are capable of making. Here is what most owners miss. The trust required to place your full body weight on another living being is enormous for a cat. Sleep is vulnerability. Physical contact during rest is maximum vulnerability. A cat who climbs onto you and settles their weight onto your body is overriding every survival instinct that tells them to sleep in a concealed, elevated, protected location and choosing instead to be physically present on you. That override requires trust. Deep, accumulated, specifically directed trust. The climbing is not comfort seeking. The climbing is a trust declaration. And every time your cat does it, they are renewing that declaration with their entire body. The timing tells you everything. Your cat does not climb on you randomly. The timing of the climbing, the specific moments in your day when those forepaws land on your body, is one of the most revealing elements of the behavior, and most owners have never consciously examined it. Pay attention to when your cat climbs on you. Not just that they do it, but when. You will begin to notice patterns that, once seen, are impossible to unsee. Cats climb on their primary person most consistently in specific types of moments. The first is the transition moment, the point when you shift from active to still. You were moving through the house, doing things, occupying yourself with tasks, and then you sat down. Within minutes, sometimes within seconds, your cat appears and begins to climb. This is not coincidence. Cats are extraordinarily sensitive to the behavioral transitions of the humans they are bonded to. The shift from movement to stillness is a signal their monitoring system registers immediately, and for a cat whose proximity instinct activates when their primary person becomes accessible, stillness is the invitation they have been waiting for. The second timing pattern is the emotional regulation moment. When you are stressed, when your energy is low, when something in your emotional state has shifted in a direction your cat has detected they climb on you. Research into feline social cognition has consistently found that cats read the emotional states of their primary humans through microsignals, changes in breathing rhythm, scent chemistry shifts related to cortisol levels, alterations in movement quality and vocal tone. Your tuxedo cat, watching you with those perceptive green eyes, has been learning your specific emotional signature since the day you met. When that signature registers stress or distress, their proximity instinct activates with particular urgency. Dr. Mariah Galvin and Jennifer Vonk's research into feline emotional attunement found that cats with strong primary bonds show measurably different behavioral responses to their owners in negative emotional states compared to positive ones approaching more often, staying closer, and making more physical contact. Your cat climbing onto you when you are having a hard day is not coincidental. It is not them seeking comfort for themselves. It is them responding to something they have detected in you and offering the only comfort available in the only language they have. The third timing pattern is the security marking moment. After a disruption to routine, your return from an absence, an unfamiliar visitor in the home, a change in the environment, your cat climbs on you to refresh the chemical bond between you. The climbing in these moments serves a scent maintenance function. Your cat has scent glands on their paws, their chin, their cheeks, and distributed across their body. Climbing onto you deposits their scent signature onto your clothing and skin, refreshing the chemical declaration that says, "This person is part of my world. This is mine." The climbing as scent maintenance is not merely affectionate, it is a biological act of relational reinforcement.